As promised, this is part 2 of installing Windows 11 24H2 on, well, I'm installing it on a Intel NUC, which is, I think it's Next User Experience Computing or something like that. It's a real small little box, and or any unsupported hardware. So it's installing Windows 11 on any unsupported hardware. Basically, you want to open up the device manager. In search, you can type in device manager, and it's showing it in the left column on mine. That's because I just searched for it just a moment ago, but more than likely it won't be there when you use it. Then right click device manager at the top of the left hand column. Then device manager opens up, and you can see under at the top, under the name of your computer, you can see all the installed hardware. And then under other devices, you may have a lot of hardware that Windows 11 couldn't find drivers for. And some of the drivers are generic. Like, for instance, a good one is display adapters. You want to click under that and make sure it doesn't say Windows default adapter. You want to make sure it's the actual video card. Whether it's either embedded on the motherboard or it's a plug-in card. You want to make sure you have the right drivers, or you won't get the desktop resolution you might want. So this device was made by Intel, so I went back to Intel for the drivers. And whoever makes your computer, you'll need to go back to, like, if it's a Dell or Lenovo, or if it's a desktop you made, you'll have to go back to the motherboard manufacturers for the drivers. And sometimes the drivers are difficult to find. You can only find them for like Windows 10 or Windows 8. And it's an EXE or something like that. And what it does when you install the EXE, it checks to see what version of Windows you have. So I have a companion video on my YouTube channel. You'll have to search for it. Go to my YouTube channel and look for it. It's on how to extract drivers from an .exe. It works. Some of them you can't. Some of the Lenovo ones you just can't. But most of them, about 70% of the EXEs, you can extract the drivers, and then all you do is point to the driver. Go to the device it didn't install, and you just point the computer to that, and it will install it. So I have SM bus controller and an unknown device, and I'm going to show you how to find the drivers for those. You want to right click the SM bus controller, then click properties, then browse my computer for drivers, then click let me pick from a list of available drivers on my computer. Then you want to find Intel, since more than likely Intel made the chip, the SM bus controller. Then find system devices. Click next. Then you have to wait for for it to populate all the different hardware items. Then you want to click SM bus controller. Next. Click yes to accept the update driver warning. Then acknowledge that the driver has been installed for the SM bus controller. Open up Device Manager. Right click Unknown Device. Then click Properties. Then you can either use search automatically for drivers, or browse my computer. I know it's not going to be, you're not going to find it either way, but we're just going to try browse my computer for drivers now. You want to right click the unknown device, then click Properties, then the Details tab, Then you want to select hardware info. Then you can highlight and right click the first value. You may have to try, there may be more listed. You may have to try each one, but the first one is usually the best. And you can right click it and then click copy. And I think Control C also will copy it. I'm not sure. I think that sounds about right, though. It might. So then you want to paste it in your browser. And of course, you have to make sure that you, one of the drivers that's installed is either the wireless driver or the network card driver, so you can have access to the internet. Or you could do it on another computer too, but it makes it much easier to do it on the computer that you're trying to install the drivers on. So cut and paste it into the browser search bar, search engine. I think this is Bing. If you paste it into search in Edge, and or you can use Google. Looks like it's Nuvoton consumer infrared driver. Something you'll probably never use. And so there's the download. So you want to download that. It says for Windows 10, but a lot of drivers, they still work. I found Windows 8 drivers that worked in Windows 10 that I extracted. Like I said, the exe I think checks to see what version of Windows it is. So it downloads it as a zip file, so you can unzip it from up there in the right, what I'm pointing to, or you can go to the folder, which I think I'd rather go to the folder. You have more control where you're extracting it. You want to go to the folder and you want to run the exe. No bill, the exe, yeah, that's the one. There you go. The exe. No, the exe. There you go. Select the language and then yes to install. Click finish. Then check in Device Manager again. And you have all your hardware, or at least I have all my hardware installed. I really need that infrared sensor. Click finish and then reboot.